You should be hearing us now. It'll take a sec.
Do you want me to close
Catch
the
up.
heavy trafficked highway?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Can you turn on air conditioning? Are you into that?
It'll take a sec.
Do you want me to close the
Yep.
heavy trafficked highway?
Yes. And then we can all check out the chat from the YouTube app.
FYI.
I'll just rock this on my.
See, we gotta get you a shelf.
Yeah, please. Why is that happening?
What?
Oh, okay, because it hasn't caught up yet.
Hasn't caught up yet. Do you think it's ever gonna?
Oh, fuck, I hope so.
Do you want to turn the AC on? Give me 2 seconds.
I'll move over.
Yeah, sure.
Dream a little dream of me.
Hey, baby.
I'm going to go over get the tiny fish. No, it's okay. I got it. It's okay. I got it. Oh wow! I forget how deep this couch goes because it's pretty deep, you know.
It's deep. Okay, everybody got the link if they want to check out. I don't think everyone should be looking at their phones.
I'm just gonna have a computer on my lap
I'm
here.
good on mine.
But
Wow, it's super far behind.
yeah, just give it a sec.
We need to post the link on Patreon.
Hmm?
We need to post the link on Patreon.
Yeah, otherwise no one's gonna see this shit.
Yeah, so I sent everyone the link via email. So if someone wants to handle that, that would
Yeah.
be great.
Look up the phone. No one when you want to know.
I know you're out there. Waiting there.
Ellie, are you doing it or am I doing it?
I'm just kind of going for it, and then I'm
'Cause
gonna.
I got it right here.
Okay, yeah, there's a race. So
Do you want a new post or should we just update? We should do a new post.
I think it does, yeah, because no one's gonna read. Clearly, they're not reading it. And you can put Patreon exclusive, so they know it's just for them.
Yeah.
So that they know that.
When there's a live stream button, that's if we're live streaming from Patreon. Or do I want to?
I think you just do an unlisted YouTube video, because when they click that, it should go directly to the live feed from YouTube. I'm gonna hit play and the embedded video should work.
Joe's in love with the sweatshirt.
I know. He latches on to certain
It's,
items of clothing. I have your jacket.
I don't know what that's like.
What, latching onto things?
Certain items of clothing.
This is the first time I've seen Cordy's shirt in a while.
Oh yeah, it has been a bit.
Patreon exclusive. Post your show live stream.
So just so we're, did you spell bottom B-O-T-T-E-M thinking that was how you spell bottom?
I think I was just running through
Just-
things and didn't see. Yeah.
I just think it's so funny. I just thought, well, in my head it would have been really funny if you spent your whole life thinking it was B-O-T-T-E-M.
No.
I know you know how to
No,
spell
apparently
well.
I
which is
didn't know
what
how to
makes
spell
sense.
that. And I did not double check.
Alright, so it might be hard to read the chat from over here, but
I
don't
can
know
stay
what
free.
else.
Patreon exclusive. Post your show.
Thank you for doing this really great job.
Of course, man. Thank you. Get over here, goddammit!
Hey!
Hi, Alana, how you feeling?
Much better.
Good.
Really? Is it like life-changingly different?
Yes.
I love showers too.
Very happy for you.
Yeah,
That's nice.
congrats.
Thanks.
Exclusive. Your show.
It's better.
Post show.
I like this.
Is this more Asian stuff?
No.
No, it's just a weird jacket thing that
Whoa.
I just open up.
I like it.
Thanks.
Is this more agent stuff?
You're good, you're good. Agent?
This will be
Agents?
for just patrons.
Anybody want a LaCroix?
No, thank you, but thank you.
I already took one.
No,
No, just kidding.
I'm sorry.
That's what it's there for.
Elliot, would you like to tweet out that we're doing this on our Patreon right now?
I think I could have a good time in a tub full of spaghetti.
Like that old lady from Patch Adams?
Yeah.
Pool of
It's full of nudity.
I think I could have a great time. I really do.
One, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only trying to get drunk and run too. Don't let him in your house so you kick him out again, please. Let's see him when he's kind of caught up. Look.
Yeah, no, this is now just the live feed. I put it. Alright, well, you guys fucking want to start this shit or what?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Have you made that Patreon post, Joe? Because I'm going to link to
I
it.
did, but hold on. I don't know if it's there. We go. Watch this video on YouTube. Playback on other websites has been disabled by the video owner, so they just have to go to YouTube to do it.
Cereal
Let me
does sound
update
good.
the.
Food sounds good.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I think we're gonna get food right after this.
Where are we gonna go?
Who knows?
IHOB?
IHOB.
Are we gonna go to IHOB?
Look at this.
It is
That's
updated.
What are you looking at?
Your butt.
Playback on other websites has been disabled by us.
That is my bad.
Your butt.
But I put the link in the chat.
Oh, people are here.
Oh, I
Hey
put the
guys.
link in the
Hi.
description.
They said they love your show.
You
Sorry,
love
I
it?
can't zoom in. Sorry.
Okay, I'll be on words.
Okay.
I'll
Hello,
be on
everybody.
words.
Just careful
Can
because
you-
you're close to that mic over
Can
there.
you hear and see us fine?
Actually, Elliot, if you wanna.
Why don't I just hold the thing? It's got
Oh yeah, you could do
clear.
that. Yeah, great.
Okay, fine. I still
Great.
like it down here better, I think.
Scooch it in. Scooch it.
All right,
Scooch
just be
it
careful
in.
with the loudness.
I won't talk.
Hey guys, welcome to the Fireside Chat. This is the second time we're doing this.
It
You're
is.
still calling it that, the Fireside Chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do. Fireside's great. Let's do small talk for a little bit while people come in, and then we'll jump in.
Yeah, guys, we're going to chill for a little bit. We're going to wait for some people to join us. I'm going to tweet this
Great.
out. We're going live on YouTube.
Ooh,
I
that
wanna
shit's
know-
going fast over here.
For a fireside chat.
David
Um,
Delsberger says, "Nope, can't hear you," and I almost went, "Really?" Because I'm an idiot. So, good job.
Ha! Wow. He hasn't had his coffee yet and he's sassy. Be careful, everyone. Joe needs his 72 cups of coffee before he gets his day started.
It's like 3 or 4, and it's still excessive.
It is excessive. I've seen you drink it throughout the
All
day.
day.
Is
It's
this-
my water.
Is this catching up? It looks like it's pretty laggy. See?
No, we're good. Yeah, we're always going to be a little bit behind, so we're good.
Look, you're already saying the
62.
idiot thing right now.
I swear to God.
If you guys want to retweet my tweet, feel
I'll do
free to
it.
do so.
Do it.
It's got a link to the Patreon post. The goal is that maybe some people will sign up for the Patreon, and
Yeah.
then we can hire
More people
more puppets
to make these
to
shows
make these
happen quicker.
episodes occur on a more frequent basis.
Another
Actually,
thing,
no.
Joe, if you back up to where Elliot and I are, I feel like the focus will be
Oh,
just a
okay.
little bit better
Is
for
that
you.
better? Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Another thing y'all can do for us is maybe publicly, if you enjoyed it, and if you have a favorite part, maybe publicly tweet about it. Let the world
yeah.
know it's out there
That's
and that
nice.
you enjoyed it, and like you can give little Easter eggs for us because the more people talk about it, the more other people realize that they're missing out, and then they'll come to the Patreon and they'll become part of our community and yada yada yada.
Well, guys, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know how YouTube works anymore, so we just assume that if you say nice things, maybe that'll work. You know, we just don't know
Yeah.
anymore. It's hard.
I've been talking about putting Liza Koshy in it, but she won't email me back.
That's true.
Is that what you wanted or do you?
No, but I do want
So
That's true.
I don't like how it's kind of blurry here. I think it's because Lee's down here and it's focusing.
I
on
can
me.
get up there. I tried earlier.
Let's try. Try
Yeah,
getting
I think
up
it
there.
might be.
All right.
Because otherwise,
This is that's a sensitive little camera. Isn't
Yeah, I know.
Is that the one?
We just
from,
got this new one from
VidCon?
VidCon, and it's just gonna be a thing.
All right. So,
That
listen,
better, Steve?
Hopefully, it's better. We'll find out.
guys, let's dive into
That's
some
better.
chat.
You can see
here.
on Joe's screen better, actually. So
Still catching up.
we're kind of just still troubleshooting how to do live streams with you guys, and these fireside chat things will probably be formatted a bit differently. This is kind of like our Twitch set, I guess, for now
until we get actual
we get
internet in our office.
at the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, I hope this works for you guys. This is, I mean, if you guys watch our Twitch streams, then you'll see that we're now in beautiful 16:9, filling your fucking screen.
Filling your screen.
We're filling your screen.
It's almost like there's an oil over the lens.
Filling your
Did you? I have a question. Did you put the
screen.
oil over the lens?
I did put the lotion on the skin before the.
Yeah.
So you're
that'll
welcome
do
for
it.
the fuzzy. Yeah, fuck this camera. This camera's done. We'll use the other one.
Is it still looking pretty
It's
blurry
still
over there?
fuzzy, man.
Yeah, this
I think
camera's
it's just.
horrible.
I think honestly, it's because it's meant for close-up vlogging or live streaming. It's not meant to have like 4 people in the same frame, really.
That's hurtful.
That's not really what this is for.
It's not encouraging togetherness.
Yeah, sorry
no,
guys.
it's really not. It's all jilted and weird looking.
Also, I don't
Hey,
like
we're
the way
over
he-
100. I feel,
Okay,
I
well
feel
now
like
you're just
that's pretty
nitpicking
good.
my setup.
And also, did you iron this? You didn't iron this.
You iron it?
I don't think you ironed it.
Blur might be from the lighting. Light on Joe's side is what now?
Yeah, it's
'Cause it's
really
brighter on
brighter
me?
on your side. Like if you
But I'm
turn
not
on that
focused
guy
either.
and let's see if that helps at all. Oh, Alana's nice. You don't have to do that.
What are you doing, Alana? Oh no, that won't work.
No.
And it won't be any brighter than this.
Good internet, man. This is good.
It will work.
Hey, Ryan Faroki.
Hi, Ryan Faroki.
Rhino Balls. Everybody have a big hand for Rhino Balls.
Rhino!
He's helped us out a couple times while we've been trying to get this whole your show going. So thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Big time.
All right, well, guys. Again, this is kind of just a special treat for you patrons, and unfortunately, the quality might not be as good as some of our other stuff. But we're troubleshooting. We're trying to figure this shit out. We're still babies.
We're just kids.
We don't know.
We're
Still
toddlers.
babies. So anyway, we're like almost 15 minutes into. Why is that taking so long?
I don't know, man. It just died on me. So I'm going to leave it. And I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go
if
back to this
everyone's
chat.
using the network right now and we're streaming, it's probably going to
I
bog
know.
down a lot of things. So maybe turn off Wi-Fi
I'm
on your
taking
phone or
Wi-Fi,
something.
Yeah,
good
just
shit,
got. Am I on Wi-Fi?
I'm turning off Wi-Fi on my
I'm
phone,
on
too.
Wi-Fi.
All right, guys.
Airplane mode. Great.
Roll of the dice. We got 50-50 chance. Would you like a quote or tweet or excuse me, would you like something from the chat that's from the live stream? This is a question to you guys. Or do you want one from the Patreon post of your show?
Why don't you start off with the live stream?
Okay, let's do it.
Because they're here.
Because they're here.
Cool. So Phase 1 file says, it's good, man. I think that might have been about the
All right.
streaming quality.
That's really sweet.
Ooh.
Rhino Faroki, I don't know who that is, says you're all doing a great job. Thank you,
Thank
Rhino
you.
Faroki. Ben McCauley, hello.
Does it really say Rhino Faroki?
I think it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
Weird. What's up with that, Ryan? I thought you were getting rid of that thing.
Ben said, how long will this be? We're hoping it lasts for a few years at least.
But the stream?
But, it's a day-to-day process, Ben. We're taking it one day at a time.
The
So
stream will
hit
be
us with
about
some.
an
If you
hour.
guys watch the show or whatever, hit us with some questions. If you want some clarification on things. A little precursor to all that is one. Thank you for watching it. We're really excited about it. We're trying to allow ourselves to celebrate a little bit today because a lot of work went into this. A lot of effort from everybody on this couch, some close friends that helped make it happen. We're pumped.
Did you guys hear? As Pride Month comes to an end, Tessa Thompson confirms she and Janelle Monáe are a couple.
Wow!
Whoa!
That's the hottest couple on the planet
I
right
need
now.
you to be present.
I'm present, man. This
Gotta
news
click
trumps all.
notification.
Look at this. This is the hottest couple in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it took a lot of work, so thanks,
Great.
guys.
So
Oh, those cuties. I mean, everyone's been alluding to. I mean, there's been rumors
Of
of
course.
the way they look at each other in interviews.
And the writing
stuff.
process was of joint effort. Everyone kind of chipped in at different times.
And like you see them on press junkets together,
Yeah,
and
they're
so the
cute.
way they
They're
kind of
just
looked at
cute.
each other was very.
And it feels nice to be making content with our friends again.
Yeah, and I think it's just like a huge deal. Like everyone's retweeting
Yeah.
it, and Pride Month is coming to an end. So.
it's Tessa
But
and who?
also,
As
Tessa Thompson and
is
Janelle
the month of
Monáe.
June.
Janelle Monáe.
Who's that?
You know Janelle Monáe.
Who's that?
Wow.
Both
singer.
Pride Month
What
and
does she
June
do?
are
I
ending.
She
will.
does
Pull
like
up her
she's
IMDb.
Is she that dancer?
she's a music recording artist.
I think I know who that is.
She's
She
a
was
huge
in
music
Moonlight,
recording
Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
She was the star of Hidden Figures, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cute.
It's cute.
That's so cute.
Oh yeah, and she was in this Electric Dreams show.
Okay, wait.
She's
Someone said
great.
SMR119 said, was the butter as tasty as it seemed? The butter was chicken broth, cream of chicken soup to make it real thick, and then yellow food coloring. So it wasn't
And love.
and love. Sorry.
I mean, it was
And love.
not pleasant.
It was not great.
It
but
wasn't.
horrible.
You know what? It wasn't
I've eaten a lot of.
unpleasant.
I've eaten a lot worse.
You're just gonna
prop
be watching. You're
food.
just gonna be reading news stories.
Yeah,
huh?
because this is huge
That's what
news.
you're gonna do
I'm
with
just
this
focusing on this.
news.
right now.
People.
It is.
I mean, it's just I've tried to retweet the tweet
He's
you
also
put out, and then I
in
got
love with
distracted by that
Christmas. You
tweet.
should know that, like,
So he's
just
actually
What do
hurting.
how do I
Steve is a
find
little
that
bit-
tweet?
Well, my name's Elliot, so you can search.
Okay, well, I'm not sure. You
for-
should specify if
Do
it
you
was from the
follow
Valley
me
Folk or
on
from your personal
That's
account.
fair, and I should have, and I'm sorry.
Someone said they burst into flames when they heard the rumor about Tess Thompson and Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, did you vote for Trump?
They burst. No.
Amber Lynn said, "I love the Out Yonder segment. Everything flowed so well. 10 out of 10. Love you. Thank you very much."
Thank you.
So, like, big just to throw it out there, the big vision for this whole thing is just to give some context. We love what we did with the show. We wanted to be ambitious with this first try and make it feel like a show with a bunch of segments. And a lot of them will be mainstays, like the couch segments will be kind of the foundation of the show with everything built around it. Your news is something that we want to do every episode to keep us current and talking about the things going on in the world. We want to have that cold open moment every episode, whether that's a sketch or another little like personality bit or something. And then that third segment, which is Out Yonder, isn't going to be Out Yonder all the time. Like we're leaving that open to be anything.
It
That
can be
could
a sex scene. It's probably gonna be a sex
Could be a
scene.
sex scene.
I don't think
it could
it'll
be
be
a sex scene.
puppet sex scene.
You don't think it'll be a puppet sex scene? I
I
don't
don't
think it'll be that.
be a puppet sex scene.
You don't think there will ever be a puppet sex scene?
Actually, I cannot say that.
No,
No, I don't want
we
that to
won't
be. It's not gonna be with
ever-
Scuzz.
Well,
No,
the thing
God,
with, like,
no,
here's
it's
the
not
thing with
Scuzz.
Scuzz is his own puppet. You just let Scuzz.
I
man.
think I
We
think
love
puppet
Scuzz.
sex scenes is like
If
it's-
Scuzz wants to skis.
No,
No, Scuzz
Scuzz
wants
is
to
talent, and
Like, I feel like-
we manage Scuzz.
Yeah.
This
and
is how
he's-
I feel
No,
about puppet sex
Scuzz is
scenes.
a
Really
person.
quick, can I just say?
Hold on, guys. Can we
Please.
stop? Steve has something to say about puppet sex
So
scenes.
I feel like a puppet sex scene is something that would show up like in the middle of like Deadpool or something. You know, and I feel like it's that kind of like it's an easy joke, and I feel like it's one of those things where
You
like
just have to earn
you know what I
it.
mean?
Totally.
You gotta
It's
earn
It's only
it.
an
That's
easy
a
joke
garbage
if you let it
idea.
be
It's
an
a
easy
garbage
joke.
idea.
It's not funny.
I mean, there's that
Can be.
puppet Happy Time Murders movie
Yep.
that's coming out, which will probably just
Well, we've
be the
seen that
last
sex
nail
scene.
in the coffin for puppet sex scenes. Like, I think what is the greatest puppet sex scene? Probably Team America World Police.
Probably.
But here's the thing.
Do
Maybe
you have the
here's
list?
what we
There's a
do.
BuzzFeed
I've seen
list.
actually. There's
There
a
is a
lot
list.
of
Here's
videos
what we
that
do.
you can find that are probably way better sex
Our
scenes.
sex
You
scene's
just
not gonna
Google
be fun.
puppet sex.
No, our
You're
sex scene will
good.
be about love.
Oh, it'll be intimate. It'll be real.
Yeah.
It'll be. It won't. There won't be jokes.
I-
Oh,
about
Avenue
puppet
Q.
sex.
Backsorn said there's
Oh,
a
Avenue
puppet.
Q.
sex- yeah.
Avenue Q. That's a
Sex
good
scene
sex scene in Avenue Q.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
definitely
sex
would
scene.
be on the BuzzFeed list.
Ryan said Steve has a puppet sex scene. Hot take.
I do. Yeah, that was
Here's
my
the
hot
thing,
take.
guys.
Hot take.
Listen, here's the thing about puppet sex scenes. Yeah.
Is the new segment always going to have the live studio audience feel, aka Joe and Steve hollering in the background?
I don't know.
I went back and forth on it. Yeah.
I
The-
don't know.
Alan, the point of that is because Joe,
just-
why don't you take this? This is kind of you kind of
Sure.
produced that, and I liked it, but I don't know. How did you guys feel about it?
I know how I feel about
Just
it.
hand me
The reason we did it is because SNL Weekend News Update works because Weekend Update, whatever the hell it is. That works because there's a live studio audience to bounce the energy off of.
Mhm.
A lot of those jokes where you're trying to present
Yeah.
to an audience will fall flat in a video production, I feel. And I feel like we upped the game a little bit with what we did because of the music that was added, one, to make it feel a little bit more produced, which I really enjoyed, and some of the editing choices. And then, yeah, we want to make it seem like it's not actual news. It's four friends screwing around together making a news show. I don't know. I enjoy it, but if everybody else on this couch and the audience doesn't, screw you. We're still going to do it.
No, there's a reason for it. I think it works. It's also going to add something like it. This is also a way to like establish the tone, but then later I think what's going to happen is the background and like the audience element of it is going to make things a lot funnier, and that's there's going to be
Well,
actual
I
moments
think
of
there'll be
improv.
more people in the future, and also it's very kind of similarly taking like the Joel McHale show or like Talk Soup, how everything was a comment. I do think with jokes like that, an audience is necessary because it can just fall so flat. It just kind of.
I want to tell Elliot when
I'm
he's
personally
real
on
fun.
I'm personally on the fence about it.
Guys, here's the deal. Everyone is saying they're all about it. It's Trisha Bartle says I'm pro laughter. Kimi Naji says, I love the audience. Courtney said, Joe yelling funny might have been my favorite part.
Right.
Mora
I just
says
want it
a
to be
bigger
like a
audience
small
would be too much.
party.
We don't want a bigger audience because we don't want a bigger audience. We don't like people as it is. That's why we work together.
Here's my take on it. Here's my hot take.
Oh,
on the
Hold on,
second
guys,
hot
can you
take
stop?
of the
Steve
day.
has
Everyone take a
Hold
second.
on,
I got a
I
hot
just-
take
wait,
about this.
Okay.
Pause. I just need you to know you have 3 hot takes in one day.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no, there's gonna be more than that.
No, you can't. Well, that's in your
Can I
contract.
get a tepid take on this one? Can I get a tepid take?
Let me get a lukewarm. Here's my lukewarm
Okay,
take on
good.
this. Because we're speaking with patrons here and people who we're hoping to get feedback from your show about, I think I can be pretty candid when I say that when I watched the pilot for the first time, I kind of felt like by the time we got to the news segment, with hearing Joe and I in the background, it was like, Jesus Christ, we just saw all 4 of them a second ago. Like, can't this just be Lee and Elliot's thing until, like, a character comes in? And it just felt like, I mean, and this is just me, I'm not trying to sway anyone, but to me it was like, we were all just yelling and laughing and blah, blah, blah on the couch, then it cuts to us all yelling and laughing again all together in the same room. I don't know, it just feels to me like, if we let that segment live on its own, it's Elliot and Lee, and then Joe and I will come in as a character, or whoever else will come in eventually as characters. I think it's also a confidence
Well,
thing.
Kyla brings up a great point where she says, Kyla Bacon says, is this a Your Show live stream or Steve Hot Take Hour
I
extravaganza?
think it's a kind of like
I
I think it's a Steve hot take extravaganza.
Yeah, you're right.
I think it really is. It's and I you know, I mean, I don't know. We're talking about fucking Your Show, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I get
Yeah, I
this
get
is
what you're
just
saying.
like-
I like the energy of
I
what
think
we're doing with that because
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
else
yeah.
is doing it.
Yeah.
There's news shows out there. There's people
Yeah.
having fun. I like us taking the piss out of each other, even when we're doing a news show, because it shows that we're not above the jokes. of the
Carly
format.
agrees with me. Okay, this one agree. Okay, Fred agrees also.
Cool. Interesting. This is fun. I like this. This is neat. We'll see what
I don't know.
happens.
I just feel like there should be a confidence in like the jokes being able to land, and the fact that like
And owning it
we
a
would
little
need
bit.
like a
Yeah.
quote unquote laugh track in a way is kind of like handholdy.
Yeah, it's a little like not standing behind.
But then
the
there's other
quality of
people
the
that say they
jokes.
like Steve and Joe in the background. Steve has a point, but I still stand by my pro laugh.
Guys, I don't want to throw anything out. If I may do a hot take, there
The
may
Valleyfolk
be...
is over.
Hold on. If I may say...
Actually, I wasn't
if
done
may-
with my
can I
hot
say
take.
one thing?
I wasn't done with my hot
Seriously,
take.
can I say one thing? Can I actually say one thing?
And Lee's got a hot
I'm
take
sorry.
coming up. It's
I'm
it's
sorry.
in the oven.
I don't
It's
like
coming
the
out in just
Listen,
a second.
There may be a world... I'm just going to throw this word out there. You can respond however you want. There's a thing where we could do called a compromise between the two extremes of
That's
dead
exactly what I was
silence.
gonna say.
Oh, that was your... Okay.
Yeah, and that was the end of my hot take. But you can take my hot take, the end of my hot take.
I agree with your hot take. I think that...
Well, I was just gonna say that like it doesn't need to be because it does sound like we're just like making racket back there the whole time. Like
I think it's actually it's very rare in the.
I mean,
in
I
the-
don't know. It's like every joke has like a ha. That's what I thought. Yeah. And it's like people trying to get more jokes in and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like it's really just one of those things
It was
where it's
just
like
you.
maybe
You're
we could
just
just.
the one trying to get the joke.
I
in.
just think if we can organically, I felt kind of forced into participating. If I'm going to be honest.
Well,
In
you
fact,
did that for
even at the
90% of it.
end of
Right.
the. remember at
Oftentimes
the
when
end
you're
of
shooting
the,
something, you are forced because it's you know.
Well, yeah, because in the bloopers, you guys were like, Steve, feel free to throw in jokes or shit. So, you know, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, if we feel like laughing or commenting on it, I'd say Joe and I, while we're back there, like, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah.
But, like, I almost feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the edit, was there stuff added in?
Alan Hawley, who brought this up, said, "My God, what have I done?"
I
think people disagree with you, man.
That's what
I
this
think-
is.
I
That's
think
what this is. It's hot
Many
butt
people
shit.
agree with you. I think the majority of people like the feel of it, and I do think that there's a world where we can own the jokes and still have
Yeah.
fun with it and make it whatever.
Steve, I think you're right. It shouldn't be forced, but I do like the world where you shouldn't feel like you can't make noise.
Exactly.
And
Okay,
add to
great,
it.
great.
That's it.
Good
Yeah.
compromise.
Yeah.
Hold on, Ryan just said what Joe just did, which is can Joe and Lee provide a hot take on Elliot and Steve's hot takes?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
I feel like I already did. Maybe it was tepid.
Poison Frog says disagree, but Poison Frog, I don't know what you're disagreeing with.
French Fry says Steve is wrong. Zenoa says I'm with Steve. I mean, look,
This is cool.
Casey Landerkin says Valleyfolk Therapy says, holy shit, real quick, did you see Casey Landerkin's
Not yet.
new...
No,
I'm
I
gonna bring him
haven't
up. What are you
seen it
talking?
yet.
Joe,
Oh
this
my
is
God.
about
excited.
your show.
Ooh,
This is
so
about-
good. Casey
This
Landerkin.
is
Casey Landerkin's part of your show.
Hot take.
Casey
But the
Landerkin.
Tessa Thompson news was very good.
Casey
but I
Landerkin's
just
part
think
of
that
your
we went
show.
off track.
Did you guys
We
see the
went off
Casey
rails a little
Landerkin
bit.
Easter eggs in your show? Do you know where they are?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. They're in the 3D model of
Yeah.
the room. Yeah.
In the Out Yonder segment, Casey Landerkin's all over it. So,
Audience and moderation said Ken Brownfield. Yeah, I agree. We'll figure it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
You seem to have a very
I
impassioned
think
opinion
and
on
even
it.
the audience, I think. I mean, come on, me having an impassioned opinion. Come on.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? But I think that with us up here and the audience, it sounds like a nice middle ground has just been found.
Lee, do you have an opinion, or are you on Pinterest?
I'm alright.
She's definitely on Pinterest
Jesus
for
Christ.
sure. She's looking at some nice towels on Target.com.
I already got my.
What is your
towels from
opinion? Lee? You're the
Target.com.
Saturday Night Live person. What's your hot take on this?
I said my hot take in the beginning.
What's Frankie's
We can
hot
play it
take?
back, I guess. Can we?
Oh,
get a
Casey!
replay?
Casey didn't know that her
Look.
things were in there.
Dude, look at these.
Oh
Bees are dying.
my
Bees are dying.
freaking
These are
god!
dying. And then.
Wow.
And then look.
And Elliot losing his shit.
Wow!
Oh!
It has an Elliot with a duck
Yeah.
beak.
You guys go follow
great.
Casey.
Wait,
Lynn
you gotta
Casey,
show that.
you're
Joe.
amazing.
Joe, you gotta show those.
Yeah.
I think it'll look okay, right? Let's see here.
Get closer.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Wow, I look like a weird dude.
go. So on
Oh,
the
love it.
left there, or however you're seeing it, is the
So
TKO shirt.
Kaylee said Lee is big mood. I don't know. Big mood.
Bees
are dying.
Look at that. Look at that.
Casey Landerkin. Can you spell her name, Joe, so that people know?
CASEY
Kyla said Lee can check out all she wants because she's got great hair.
LANDERKIN. Casey Landerkin. She's incredibly talented, and we appreciate everything you do, Casey.
Oh my god, so good.
Yeah,
How do I get that? Can I get that? How do I get that from?
we're gonna have to get Casey
you're
on
so
the. Can we
good.
get her on the payroll somehow at some point?
just start.
Yeah, just for no reason.
Look
Just
at,
to,
oh,
Crazy.
look at that. Look.
Yeah,
yeah, that
that's
shirt's
So
so
good.
good. Wow,
She's so
Jesus
talented.
Um,
I feel like you're already doing a parody of Fox and Friends. in
yeah.
a way.
Backthorn says, Elliot, would you consider doing a parody of Fox and Friends, like Elliot and Friends? That's a kind of what we're going for.
Okay,
Making fun of that a
so
little bit.
Aaron Lawson asks, when can we expect the next episode? Okay, hold your horses.
Dive in.
You know,
Took us 6 months to get this out. What do you
let's,
think?
let's pump the brakes.
December.
See you in December. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, your show will be a monthly show. No, it very well could be. No, but I think I don't know. We haven't actually had a meeting about the next one.
So
This is kind of like our unofficial meeting about the pilot. I mean, we'll probably still have like our Valleyfolk business-oriented meeting about it, but as far as you guys go, this is definitely kind of like we want to know what you thought of the show.
Yeah.
A lot of you haven't seen it, but we still will be reading your feedback in the Patreon comments.
We're also
So-
we haven't hired the person who's actually going to make 80% of the show. We have hired him, and he starts like next Monday.
My
so.
favorite comment so far question is from Kyle Velt, who asks, "Did you guys make a desk out of another desk?"
I know. Actually, Alana asked the same thing because
Yeah.
I showed her the pilot last night, and she was
Yeah.
like, "What did you guys do to that table?"
That was a big ass
it just
table.
looked
It was
like a
big.
table.
It
You
was
turned a
huge.
table into another table.
It was hard. It's hard to see the perspective in the video, which I realized after we
Yeah,
got done
that's
editing
our
it.
bad.
That was twice as big when it started, and we
Yeah.
cut it down and we moved a bunch of stuff around.
It's kind of hard to tell.
That's so fun.
And it's just kind of it's just because we were there and we experienced that whole thing. But
So the ambitious answer to that question that Steve was picking up is that we would swiftly like to be weekly on this show. We're getting a team to help us put it together. We think it's very doable once we have some people that are not ourselves helping out. And then the hope is that we post this, let's just throw a fake day out right now, like on Fridays, let that last through the weekend, and then through the next week we'll take the segments of that show that are super standalone, like a sketch or the Out Yonder segment or something like that. We'll lift those up and we'll post those as standalones on the channel the week after, so people can take those in and share those without having to sit through 20 minutes. And we'll take things like the news segment out, and we can post that on Twitter or Instagram to be able to spread those more current eventy things quicker. So is that right? Do we all agree? That's kind of what we're thinking. We don't know if that's the answer yet. Again, we want to bounce it off of everybody. and
We like
see
to
what
play a little game where we speak really ambiguously about things because we're scared to commit to things, because if we commit and we fail, then we feel like failures, and it can make us feel terrible.
and on the other side of that, if we promise something and then we don't deliver on the promise, we feel like we're letting you guys down.
Yeah. The reality, I think, is, feasibly, I wasn't hearing exactly what you said, Joe. I was zoning out, but I think that I'm gone next week. We have an editor-producer starting Monday. We'll shoot a week from Monday, and we should have something in 3 weeks. Following that, we'll know that it's going to get like, this one took this long, and then the next one's gonna take this long, and then it's gonna go.
Yeah, it really will be that way. Elliot summed it up nicely, I think. I wasn't listening to Joe's either, so Elliot's just the better one.
Was that what you said, Joe? Was there anything similar to what you just said?
I wasn't listening.
No. Joe zoned out too. It's okay. Someone mentioned that
Lee
this is
just
kind
bought
of
a
like
sweater off.
it is kind of it is
How
one of those
Pinterest
things
works.
where
Oh, forgive
someone
me.
well, she used Pinterest to go to the site where it
Right.
existed, and then she bought it from there.
Bookmark it.
But in all fairness, you know, everyone's kind of on the same page here. We're learning how to make this show. We're learning how production works. We're learning how everything works. It's quite stressful, quite terrifying, quite scary. But you know, we're gonna, like Elliot said, it's just gonna get less time and less time and less time to make it. Just like SourceFed was. In the beginning, SourceFed was a pain in the ass to fucking figure out, and we were still fine tuning it months and months and months into the launch of the show. So, and then by the time the fucking hosts were leaving, the SourceFed white wall shows were like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah,
it was
for
just
sure.
like everyone comes in and comes out. Editors know what they're doing, and you know, so it will be like that.
You know what's
Definitely
funny?
will be like
A lot of people here have kind of commented on how the Q&A segment felt a little artificial at times. There's a lot behind that, and I think we felt that too
What
because
felt artificial?
the Q&A segment, when we were all
like
sitting
that.
on the couch, we agreed, and that's because there was a lot going on that day. It was
Yeah,
the first
Joe
time we were
cut the
doing
cables.
it.
Joe cut the
We were
cables.
stressing out on, like, is this, are we doing this right, even though it's something we've done a million times? And then we had 3 AT&T service providers and our neighbor coming
in the building.
in and out of the
they
building
were in the building the whole time.
doing this cable thing. So if you look at my face, I'm having an existential crisis the whole time.
I hated it. The first cut of the show, I was like, we look like we're not.
Yeah.
But that was just the reality where it's like we've known each other for however many years, and you see it, and like you can tell when there's kind of like a put upon sort of like. I mean, you guys have seen it for years. There's a brand we can all fall into where we're like, hey, this is us, and we're talking, and sometimes that can, if we're not careful, you know, bleed over into the final product. But again, it was all in an effort to just make the pilot happen,
Yeah.
and so it's like. Then it becomes like, okay, this is the structure. We're gonna have a beat list, you know, and also the way we edit it was not the original way we were gonna do it. Originally, it was gonna be a 3-part show where it was gonna go sketch, and then it was gonna go Q&A, and then it was gonna go news, out yonder, end of show. And so then we kind of spliced it up differently when we realized that it worked better that way. But
Yeah.
we only had the footage from the day of
Yeah.
hell that we had. So yeah.
Also, it'll
all that to
change-
say, you're right.
It'll change differently with like comments, and stuff too. Like we
Yeah, get
we
better at
picked-
the comments.
I mean, be better at it. No, it changed. Like we had questions, and so I think later on, like as the show develops, we'll actually be able to like bring back weird things that we've done already,
Like the
and
truth or
have,
dare, like-
yeah, and even like talk about a previous segment that I think we'd all love to do. That way we can have like bits and continue on in things that we don't already know about each other.
Well, and also in regards to the couch stuff, feeling kind of like forced and not natural or whatever. I think, and I hate using SourceFed as an example for a lot of this shit, but it's hard to not make that distinction.
Don't
But
call it source. Call it now this.
but if you go way back to like even the first commentary or whatever,
Oh, yeah, it was-
it's hot trash garbage.
Yeah.
It's
Try
Well,
watching
watch
it,
it,
guys.
right?
it's
It's
the worst
awful.
thing you'll ever watch
I
on the
can't
internet.
watch it.
Yep.
And then you watch like a way super deep commentary, and it's like a well-oiled machine. Everyone's having fun, and there's lots of bits and stuff. So it's like we're all using like 50% of our brains for like. I mean, I wouldn't even say that's a lot, but we're
That's
using
actually a pretty
we're using
good amount.
such a percentage of our brains for like production on the show.
Yeah.
And then such a slight percentages for the creative and like the entertainment
Well, and
aspect,
we've talked
which
about-
is dangerous. And I don't want to worry you guys into thinking that it's going to stunt us at all, because that's something that's a high priority on our list as far as bringing a producer in and someone to handle the more of the production elements. But as soon as we're like at least 90% focused on content, and as soon as the show has been out enough, this thing's gonna be fucking amazing.
It's-
Like this is just the
I
tip of the
already
iceberg.
think. I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm like, if this is what it was when we were figuring it out, then
Yeah.
I'm very.
Oh, I
excited.
love
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah.
And what Steve, I think we've talked about this before, Steve. When you're talking about that sense of play, like those couch segments in that world works best when I hate to use the word, but when we're apathetic about where we're at. Commentary worked because we would sit on that couch and we'd just go, okay, we're just here. We weren't worrying about what the edit was going to be. We weren't worried about what we were going to say. We were just having fun together.
You guys,
Yeah.
listen, this is so. You guys are so. You guys know exactly what's going on because all of a sudden some comments are just like, "You guys are doing great, relax," and because we're sitting here going like, "We were really stressed out."
But I think it's something that
Well, I just-
is important to say. Like that
Yeah.
sense of play is what we want to get to, and that's the business side of it all. Because we're trying to like break down this fourth wall with these guys. We need to build the infrastructure around us so other people are worrying about that other crap, and we can just let ourselves go.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm.
And
Wait. On a kind of lighter level, something that I was thinking of really quick was, I feel like, in speaking to the idea that the earlier videos of stuff were trash, like the first commentary and stuff, I think you can pinpoint. I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but I think you could pinpoint like our life in like episodes of Table Talk or like
Yeah.
commentary. Like you might be able to see the commentary right after I found out that I was divorcing my wife.
oh yeah.
And I think if you get the dates
Yeah.
close enough, you can just see how hard it is for us to like maintain our hey guys while like terrible life shit's
Yeah,
happening.
horrible
And just
stuff.
to a degree, like nothing super terrible is happening in our lives currently, thank God, or knock on wood, or I don't know, maybe I don't speak for everybody. But it is really one of those things where it's like watching the Your Show pilot, I just instantly tune into where my head was at the time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, Joe was freaking out about the cables. We're all just, I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but it's just a funny thing to think about how we're all in different places at different times when we
yeah.
shoot these things.
That's something.
And you guys are just seeing, like, us putting our best efforts out.
Just trying.
You're just trying so
And
hard.
that's like with every freaking actor in anything. You
Yeah,
never really
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it.
Like,
Or
Liam
you say,
Neeson's wife died, and, like, he
Yeah.
still shot, like, 3
Who?
movies with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I've heard of him.
See, I said you could 100% tell if someone followed you closely. Yeah, you could definitely. I mean, I would be interested in going back and retroactively being like, but all my crap happened after I was not on a couch anymore, so
I guess that's true.
it was nice. I dodged that. I dodged the bullet. You did not. You did
No,
not
no,
dodge.
I needed to
Mark
work.
Leal says, I feel like we aren't appreciating how great Joe is as a rapper.
Oh!
It's very
Get out of
true.
here. That wasn't even the best part of the rap.
Wow, you heard him. You heard him.
It gets really clever after that garbage.
You should see him as a Ziploc bag.
So
Courtney
stupid.
Lee says needed more boobs in the thumbnail. They asked me to do it. I
Okay,
said I'm not going to be
2007.
objectified.
Trisha Bartle said, lead decorating show, thrift store shopping. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. Dee Dee says I want to hear what Lee has to say.
Yeah,
It
I
you're
agree. I
fine.
felt that moment that we were cutting her off.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We get it. We saw it.
Well, she can speak up.
Seen
She's
a
an
lot
adult.
of Handmaid's Tale lately. We're fine.
She's an adult. Mitchell Miller says, now I'm imagining a super dark opening like, hey guys, everything sucks, we lost all our money, and we're out of jobs. No, that's not going to happen for months.
Not until Halloween.
The Halloween.
Oh, it's Leal.
Leo.
Leo?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Leo. Mark. It looks like Leo.
Oh, it's Leal. Oh, okay.
Mark
Leo.
Leo.
Like Leal or Leal?
Leo or Leo?
Leo.
Thank you guys. You're making me feel very good. I really appreciate it.
Oh, Kaylee wants to know when we can get more puppets. So the reason why we even have puppets is because a puppet show is coming. So this is very exciting. Lee has adopted Scuzzy. Is it Scuzzy or just Scuzzy?
Yes!
I'm gonna call him Scuzzy. It's a cute nickname.
Yes, guess
I liked that
Uh,
puppet, but now I love it.
I
after
know.
Lee gave
Well,
it personality.
yeah, we knew
I
Lee
love
would take off
Scuzz
with
so
Scuzzy.
much.
Oh, Rhino says H. Lee TV. Come on.
That's good.
That's great.
No, I'm drinking a Zevia, not a Diet Coke.
The same.
You just don't you don't reference what you're.
Zevia
It's
is
just for that
Italian for
person.
garbage water.
It's Italian for sewer
Yeah.
water.
Casey
so
says,
bad.
will there be more puppets? Yeah, Lee and I are trying to figure out how to do a Scuzz show on
You
Instagram.
just
IGT. What did I say? Did I do that?
well, cause I just
We
said
all talked about it.
because I just answered. Will there be more puppets?
Well, we haven't talked about the IGTV
But everyone
thing.
is saying puppet show, puppet show, puppet show.
But Lee and I, yeah, we're talking about doing a Scuzz, sitting with Scuzz segment on the Instagram for the Valleyfolk. So if you're into that, I enjoy doing it because
I
I like.
love Scuzz.
I like
Scuzz is
working with
great.
Scuzz.
We're all in love with Scuzz. And
Yesterday, Joe wanted to throw Scuzz for a bit, and Elliot and I both were like, no.
Yeah,
I would-
no,
they
it
like
was-
they they made me feel like a bad person.
Yeah, and we both were like, "You want to throw him?"
Yeah.
Like,
We're like, no.
Scuzz? It
To
was
be
a
fair,
little
I
bad.
wouldn't sign anybody up for something that I wouldn't do, and you guys know that.
Yeah, but in all fairness, I have
You can
two
throw me
dead.
anytime.
I have 2 dead plants in my house right now because you threw yourself.
For the
in.
best bit that's happened at Valleyfolk yet, but the camera didn't get it.
Oh, that was
Baxorn
amazing.
just asked, is SourceFred due to come out of retirement? He actually died in a car crash.
Yeah, and we all went to the funeral.
Yeah, it was real sad.
It's a bad 20 years.
Ross
bad
did
2016.
a semi-great eulogy. It was nice.
Yeah, he did die.
Is that a true thing?
SourceFred?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
the
died in a
puppet?
car accident.
The puppet?
Oh man, guys. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
He died in a car accident.
He
was
did. It was
awful.
terrible.
Yeah.
There's photos online.
It's
I
horrible.
genuinely was.
TMZ reported on it, and all of
It's
us
a
were
bit.
very upset.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
in my
it's
mind.
just like have some respect. Have some respect
Yeah.
for something.
Well, Harvey Levin said
Yeah.
that this was the worst he had seen as far as
Yeah.
celebrity deaths
Yeah.
go.
Because
And,
everyone was shook. Everyone was
It
just
sent shockwaves.
yeah, shockwaves.
Oprah did
I
a
remember
beautiful tweet.
where I was when I first heard.
Do you?
Source
Where were
Fred's
you?
death. I was actually like I was in a coffee shop and one person tweeted it and then I saw someone across the way and
Oh.
they were like, "Did you hear SourceFred's dead?" And it was such a beautiful.
I had to
feeling.
leave the room.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I definitely, yeah, guys, I definitely for real was like, I didn't know it was a bit, which is insane because it is a puppet, and I guess some part of my brain was like, holy shit,
You don't need to
something
dig
really
in.
happened.
Gina Hughes says,
What are you talking about?
you don't have to dig.
Piece of
No, you can just ignore comments, you know?
R.I.P.
A lot of people
SourceFred.
hated my shit earlier, and I didn't say a word. Gina Hughes says, would you do more fan/patron involvement, like more questions or an advice segment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every time it cuts to the couch, I don't know if you realize this, or if maybe you didn't watch the pilot, but every time it cuts to the couch in your show, we are reading directly from Patreon. We're reading comments from Patreon. So all of those couch segments are fueled by patrons. There was discussion in the beginning. All these discussions that we had in the beginning of segments in your show will now finally come to fruition. But there was a moment where we thought it'd be fun to have like a mailroom segment. where we
Oh,
kinda,
I
like,
love a
open
mailroom
mail.
segment.
And or just obviously we're constantly thinking of ways to involve the patrons in your show, and that's why it's called your show. It's your show.
Yeah.
It's what you guys want it to be.
I also
So,
think it's
yeah.
funny, like, we've gotten some of our best ideas from our streams, and, like, when you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
suggest ideas and suggest segments, it's like, by all means, suggest them. By all, HLE TV now might truly be a thing, because it sounds amazing. So suggest it all. It's your
Yeah.
show.
We'll be mining. We'll throw up Patreon posts asking for questions, for prompts, even for segment ideas. And then if there's something that we latch onto and we want to pick up and produce, we'll give credit from where it came from. and
Yeah.
everything.
Trisha Bartle wants to know if we're gonna have dedicated posts on Patreon for the Q&A
Yeah, we
segments. Yeah, and I think was the original post like we're getting stuff for your show? Was that what the post was? So you're like, send us your questions
Yeah,
for your show?
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
White.
maybe we'll be more specific in the future, but definitely when we want questions from you guys for your show, we will specify in the post questions for your show or something like that. It'll be
Yeah.
pretty obvious that that's where we'll be.
Steve, they want a
Fielding stuff
mailroom
from.
segment.
Steve wants to do a mailroom segment like Mr. Rogers with like puppets and stuff.
Did you just get someone? Nobody knocks on the door
I know, I think
that
it's
you
mail.
don't know is coming
Mail?
over anymore.
Mail?
While we were talking about a mail,
talk?
Ooh, what else should we talk about? Is the Money Man coming?
Is the money man coming?
Where's the Money
Now I'm
Man
gonna
coming
get
today?
comfortable.
Let's do a Money Man segment.
Don't.
Mitchell Biller, I didn't feel like people like my posts. I will return to doing posts for sure. I also need to do a State of the Valley post and all that.
Yeah, we're trying to balance posting too much because apparently there's like an equilibrium for that where people go away if you post too much,
Yeah.
even if you're posting things that you said you'd make. So we're trying to find out what is the sweet
Jesus
spot for all of
Christ,
that.
Steve, what is that?
I don't know. It's from NBC Universal.
Ooh!
Oh, bring it
Oh,
over
bring it
here.
on over
You want to
here.
bring it over here?
Yeah,
Do you
open
think
it on
there's
the
any
stream.
food in it?
Let's cut to a segment,
Is
guys.
there food in
Do you
it?
think it's a little person?
Is there food?
Is there food in it?
That is a very guys. I'm excited to see what happens
All
here.
right. Well, in the middle of a Patreon shareholders meeting.
Kyle Belt, the guy
Yeah.
that made all our graphics. Well, first of all, the logo was the 2D logo was designed by Elliot's brother.
David Morgan, everybody.
David Morgan.
All-
I didn't even put him.
Yeah.
Put him in the
All
first.
versions of the logo, 2D style, were done by his brother. We went through like a lot of back and forth trying to
We
figure out what
did.
was the perfect thing, and he nailed it. Like I think first or second attempt,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we fell in love with it.
He sent like 6 drafts, and we all like looked at it and were like, that one.
And then we knew we wanted to do some animation for it, and I sent it to my buddy Andy Mogren, who
Andy
is
Mogren.
Andy
behind
Mogren.
Bear Force One, some other big comedy movies that he's done over on YouTube for the past 6 years. Also, just a quality human being.
Yeah,
We
he's
love
a
it.
guy.
Kevin Hodges
We
said,
love Andy
it's
so
the
much.
head of Source Spread.
No, from NBC Universal.
It's
Well, we sent it to
actually-
Andy,
oh, boy.
all that stuff, and I'll send him a 3-sentence vision that I have for something, and he'll knock out a beautiful animation
Okay.
in like an hour.
It's unbelievable.
Send
It's,
it back.
um,
Almost rarely have to give him notes. So check out Andy Mogren's stuff.
It's a Jurassic World
Oh my goodness.
Lego set. It looks like someone's house.
Are you gonna build that?
with raptors all over it. Of course I'm gonna build this. I love Legos. So there. Thank
Look at
you.
that. Look at that big ass dinosaur. on it.
I don't think we can eat this.
Kyla, you're cracking me up.
You said there would be food in there.
There's also this.
Oh, I want that one.
It's an RC car of those little things that they
Of
ride
the little
around
balls.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
in. Gyrosphere RC.
That's
Man,
like
they
a
really
Euro
want
sphere.
They're
this
really,
thing
yeah,
to-
they want that dumb freaking gyrosphere to become
To be a
something.
thing, and it's
It
just not.
sucks.
It's
You know
not-
what I'll say? This
Also,
thing. Oh,
Bring
go
back
ahead.
the Jeeps.
Yeah,
Bring back
I
the
know,
sick
yeah.
ass
The,
Jeeps.
Yes.
like the cool like night vision goggles are cooler than
Yes.
Yeah.
from the first Jurassic Park.
1994.
And that's like no one remembers.
No
Give
one
me-
wants your stupid gyrosphere.
Give me a disembodied Samuel L. Jackson arm, and it'll be way more
Yeah.
fun to play with.
Yeah.
And enjoy this special surprise from our partners
Give
at
me that
Lego and
fucking-
Mattel.
Give me that shave cream can that can transport all my
Yeah,
embryos.
or just give me a
Yeah.
replica of it with the little
Yeah.
embryos.
Just
You
give me a
know.
bottle of shaving cream.
Isn't it interesting to think about, like kind of tangentially, but isn't it interesting to think about how the first Jurassic Park has so many iconic props and
iconic
moments, and these movies are just like they're so fast and
Yeah,
they're so full
it's
of
just
CG,
shitting it out,
and
shitting
nothing's
it out.
real anymore. It's like you
No.
don't have it. Like name one prop from Jurassic World.
Oh, I know it. Bryce
Just
Dallas
one prop.
Howard.
Welcome to our new segment.
Nice.
Things aren't as good as they were when we were
Welcome to our
kids.
Wow, that was good.
Good
Welcome,
job.
welcome to our
Good
segment.
job.
Welcome to the new segment. Name one prop.
This is my new favorite segment. It's Steve unboxing free shit for movies he trashes as he's.
I didn't ask for this. And don't you want a critic that's honest? You want someone that's gonna be buttered up?
people
Hold
don't.
on. You want someone that's
no.
gonna be buttered up by this shit? You want someone to be like, oh, I can't wait for more Jurassic World
Wait, go the
toys?
other way. Get the gyrosphere in
Yeah,
there
man,
at
fuck
least.
the gyrosphere.
This
Yeah,
is the
you're
gyrosphere.
fucking
You were doing the
covered
wrong
box.
spot.
Oh,
There you go.
I fucking love. What do you think? I'm a fucking Instagram
Chill.
model that's like, I fucking love Cracker Jacks. You've never eaten fucking Cracker Jacks.
I've
Look how
eaten Cracker
fucking
Jacks.
thin you are. You think I think you're eating fucking Cracker Jacks?
But
We
anyway.
gotta get Steve food.
You okay,
Guys,
bud?
that being said,
You want an honest
Oh,
critic?
you're yelling. I got a microphone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry about the yelling, guys. Sorry.
that being said, he did see this and go, I like Legos.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I fucking love Legos.
Honest critic. Honest critic.
Man, Steve. Anyway.
I like the motorcycle.
I like
Lego
that. I
motorcycle.
hope there's actually dinosaurs
There are.
on the
There's two
house.
dudes.
Oh fuck yeah.
That was great, Steve.
That was
Well,
great.
come on, you gotta be honest. Come on. Just being honest. Just
Oh
be
my
honest.
gosh. Hangry Steve. Yeah.
Steve,
Anyway.
they want to know what you thought of Incredibles 2.
I
He
have
hasn't
not
seen it
yet. Alana and I are seeing it tonight. We're seeing it tonight. For fuck's sake.
Fun.
Wow.
Fun.
Okay.
Fun.
Oh god.
I can't
Fun.
wait. Lady Gaga is in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
I like Lady
plays,
Gaga.
She plays the blonde girl. I don't know.
Alright.
Fuck, like
This mail,
Mirage.
I like
Mirage is
this
her name.
mailroom pilot took a turn.
Just gonna be throwing Legos. They flying everywhere.
I remember trying to come up with a Lego show where like people build Legos, but it's so boring.
And sad.
And it's like, and It took me like fucking.
It's actually really pitiful.
Like
too.
I'm not
So
even kidding.
fucking
That
sad.
BB-8
It's
over
just
there.
sad to watch.
It took like 7 hours to build that. No, it actually just does. It wasn't. I wasn't taking my
No,
time. or
I know,
anything.
but it does take forever. And then if you speed it up, I have a friend that did a similar thing, and he made like all these. He wanted to make a puzzle show. He's like, it took me like so long. He's like, then I sped it up, and it was like 2 minutes. And he was like, well, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, and
whole
it's like,
day.
I thought it would be fun to do one where like you bring in guests and you build them together, but it's
They
like.
take too damn long.
Well, and also you can't build Legos together.
And it's not
because
dynamic to
like-
look at. You're like,
No.
I mean, you could definitely have two like personalities having fun and talking to each other.
have you guys gotten into we talked about this a little bit, and this is definitely a right term. But have you guys gotten into soap cutting on Instagram?
Yeah,
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it.
Oh my
I love
god!
it.
I've gotten to a point where
love
I think
it.
I might buy some soaps and soak them and cut them and then slice
it
them
like-
up on camera.
Carving them into things.
Yeah, they soak
they,
them
like,
and they do a grid.
Cut it, and,
and,
they, and they just cut it all
Yeah.
off. It's real nice.
and when they cut it, it's the
That's a good
most.
segment.
It's really
so
satisfying.
satisfying.
So
yeah.
not cutting it into anything, just cutting soap to cut soap.
Yeah.
I'll show you. Yeah, it's
Oh.
like you cut horizontally and then you cut vertically and then you let it dry and then you take a blade, a box
then you-
cutter,
yeah.
and you rake it
Yeah.
across and all the little cubes fall off the soap and they go.
It's real nice.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
dude.
so maybe this is our new segment: is cutting soap with.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be. I don't want there to be a bit. I just want to enjoy it. I want to have.
I'm
Uh,
a,
sorry,
supposed to
Eric
cut
Duran,
this up.
saying so much for answering questions and answers on your show.
We've
Where
been
have you
answering
been?
a lot, Eric.
Where have you
Guys,
been?
We're gonna get back to your show.
We're gonna
I'm trying to talk
answer
about soap here.
3 questions from Eric Duran about your
Yeah,
show.
go ahead, Eric.
So,
Right
wait,
now.
Yeah, Eric, what do you got?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
French
Come
Fry
on,
said
Eric.
that I'm done with it because I yawned. French Fry, I yawned because I had a horrible Handmaid's Tale dream last night.
It was
Okay?
pretty-
You don't have
it
to
was
call out
pretty
every
messed
comment.
up.
It's okay.
I'm just saying. That's why I yawned.
All right, I'm waiting
It's
for
an
this question.
autonomic response because of a lack of sleep. You're welcome for your show.
French Fry actually just said you don't have to call out every comment.
Yeah, he did say that.
French Fry.
French Fry also said, "Are we seriously talking about soap?"
No, we're talking about a trend in the internet world.
I mean, I don't
Thank
know.
you, Poison Fry.
Honestly, like we've gotten through a lot of questions about your show. But if you
Everybody's
guys,
waiting for Eric's next question.
we're really just kind of
Come on, Eric. Eric, what do you got?
Eric,
Come on.
ask a question. We'll answer. Eric.
I love you, Eric. I'm sorry.
Oh, 3 Tims and a Tina soap cutting. is
That would
really
actually
good
That's a
be
great idea.
Oh,
great
3
idea.
Tims and a Tina soap cutter.
All right, Eric.
That's a great idea.
Make it a good one, Eric.
Wait, wasn't that Eric Lawson? Was he the one we're yelling at, or was it a different Eric?
I don't
French
know.
Fry said,
I
I'm sorry.
love
French
this.
Fry, I love you. I'm teasing. I was yawning. I am yawning.
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot.
we
I'm
know we're
so
on
tired.
purpose.
I'm sorry.
Eric just unsubscribed.
No, Eric, don't unsubscribe.
Come on,
Oh,
Eric.
Eric Duran is who we're waiting for. Eric Duran.
Where is
Eric-
Apparently, this is
Definitely.
Eric's show.
Eric, I love you.
You guys
French
are so
Fry, I
funny.
love you. You guys are.
Yeah,
so
you guys
funny.
are great.
I
Yeah,
agree.
look, the
3
comments.
Times in a Tina soap cutting is a freaking phenomenal idea.
What was the other one we wanted to do? Gems?
You guys.
Gems.
Oh yeah,
one
gem
of them,
reviews.
gems
Yeah, and
reviews.
crystals
God,
and
I
stuff.
love a gem
Okay,
review.
You guys need to see. Whitney Moore and I went down the rabbit hole of just ice eating.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
like
it's real.
there's like there's people that just eat ice.
There's also a woman that eats pickles.
Haha, I asked back in the feed, but there's been others that are better.
No, Eric. No, Eric.
Yeah.
Step up,
No,
Eric.
that's a backpedal. That's a backpedal.
Man, you guys are so funny.
Because Eric,
There's
Eric,
some
your
funny comments.
Eric, your comment just now could have just been the question. You didn't have
Oh.
to say that you had one and there were better ones.
Oh.
And really,
Oh,
Eric,
Eric has to
you're in a
be the bring back
meta.
strength.
You're like a, here's how you function.
well, here's the other thing, Eric. We're answering your show questions.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. We're
Hold on,
answering
the
your show
stream might be
questions.
gone.
Wait,
Wait.
the stream.
Um,
No, maybe we're back. Maybe we're back.
We're answering your show questions based on. Nice try, Eric. Eric's destroying the stream.
Wait,
No, leave Eric
it doesn't look like
alone.
we're moving for sure.
No, I have it paused over there.
Oh, right, okay.
No, we're back.
Eric
No,
Okay,
we're back.
so
alone.
basically the way we're answering questions is based on the comments from the audience. So if the audience isn't asking your show questions, then we're just gonna fucking go on a tangent. You know us, we're
Ask
tangents.
for
Also, Eric,
commercial questions.
Thank you for being here, being a patron. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Wait, Casey Landerkin said,
It's
I
back.
honestly don't. Oh, wait, we go. It's back on. Refresh, guys. It's back. Stream. She's fat
Okay.
and healthy.
Whoa, no, he messed up. I'm sorry.
He messed up. Is that you?
Yeah.
Talking about yourself. Oh, I he messed
he
up.
doesn't know what he's doing. Nick Ponchi on the Patreon post. Oh, I just accidentally said his name. He said said a nice thing about me. That's very nice. Pure Gold, thank you so much. This is beautiful. From Genevieve Clark. Katie says, I just watched the entire thing, and damn, you guys actually did it. It's comedy. It's all you guys, and it's incredible. I'm so lucky to witness you guys growing because this shit is awesome and is going to be remembered. I'm going to say that for all of the hiccups that we've experienced in terms of production, because none of us are, well, with the exception of Joe, who's literally been a creative director for a while, we've never done anything like this on a technical level, all that. You get that. On a professional level, in terms of like performance and like creativity, I think we're all better than we've been previously, and I think that's a very nice thing. And that's just, now we're just building these little tunnels where we're all like flying through them, and it's going to be so much better and cooler, and I'm so excited. But you guys are all funnier, I think, than you've ever been. In
you.
fact,
Oh,
only
really?
now are you making me laugh
At all.
at all.
Yeah,
And that
that's
could have
sweet.
been because of the
It's nice.
The alcohol.
it could have been because of the alcohol.
Yeah.
Depression.
A lot of people are asking if we're gonna have collabs
Oh,
on
yeah.
our show. Yeah, tons.
I think the couch segment
So
is a
big,
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, man. I feel like you need it.
I think the couch segment is a really good opportunity for collabs. That we have like a little chair on the left that I think it's like wheel anyone in that we want. We can bring up conversations with them. The couch segment won't also always be questions. It can be bits. It'll be doing things, testing things. The couch segment is to feel like a home, like an actual living room. That's what we want, is for it to be us
Yes.
in a living room like that. So
Yeah, Eric.
Oh, poor Eric.
Alex.
Poor Eric.
Alan Holly just said, "Yeah, Eric."
You happy, Eric?
Eric, this is all for Eric. We're gonna have a meeting about Eric.
Do you love us, Eric?
Eric.
We love you,
Um,
Eric.
Someone said this camera sucks. Elliot and Joe are blurry. Joke's on you. They're both ghosts.
This is just
Yeah.
what we look like.
Well,
Don.
Elliot's blurry because he's moved forward and he should move back.
Sorry,
and
everyone.
Joe's blurry because he's blown out by the light and wearing white.
Puno's 909 said, and on a sexual level, you all are performing at the height of your careers.
Thank you very
Sexual
much.
level.
Thank you. That's
You're not
sweet.
wrong.
That's very sweet.
Actually, you're not. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not.
that's-
Ah.
well,
Somebody asked, and I missed it because it's gone. What were your guys' favorite part about filming the pilot? What was the thing that made you the happiest?
I love the news segment a lot. I think Elliot and I have been wanting to do that forever. I think Elliot and I have been wanting to do something like that since back in SourceFed days, and we were just discouraged to do it, and we didn't, but those really quick jokes, those really quick punch, that's how we write. It's much how we do, and I think we'd have to like elongate the videos that we actually did at SourceFed to be like, oh, we gotta get a minute and a half out of this or 2 minutes out of this. So those like real quick punch jokes are something that's our favorite, and also being able to bring in stupid Dude Baguli. Like, there is an upcoming beer festival that I want Dude to go to I want him to go to so bad that it's like, I think, it's a wonderful thing to build a world,
can't
because
wait.
then we can just take it so hard and so fast out into the world. And I mean, to fucking stupid Dude would be amazing.
Dude really at a beer festival would be so fun for me because I could just like transform into the people that attend beer festivals.
It's just like,
and just have so
truly
much fun with that.
It's such a good idea, but it's just a fun world builder. All of it was a real blast, actually, and most people don't know this, but I was actually the saw in the desk segment, so yeah.
the table saw,
Yeah,
not
it
the
was the table
circular
saw,
saw.
not the circular
I
saw.
actually just, to get a little fuzzy over here, I liked sitting on the couch with you
It
guys.
was nice.
On that set. Like, we've done a lot of couch sitting for Valleyfolk stuff from even since the beginning. We did some couch sitting stuff here when we shot the announcement video.
We're not trying to brag. We've sat on some couches.
We've sat
We've
on
had
some
a lot of
couches
couches
again,
in our butts.
but having that official set and having that be the place for us to just do your show and just kind of be the flagship place for your show it was really, that was my favorite part. Really, it was just sitting there with you guys and being able to once again have that kind of commentary kind of rapport with you guys, which is very
nice,
fun.
real nice.
There's those moments of just when we could let it go, everything go, and just laugh. And I think there's a couple moments that are in the show where we're building off of each other that I just love. Those improv moments with Taft Hartley, with and then just having those real moments like where Elliot just fell apart.
And
Just
when
fell
other
apart.
When other
When
people,
people
the people assume
Steve's just
people-
like,
For the
Yeah,
It's
for
still
the
cracks
people.
me up.
Oh, the applesauce in the car moment. Steve's
Inappropriate
brilliance
people.
coming out in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't
Right.
been covered in
Covered in
applesauce
and
and
hit by a
car.
car.
Oh!
So good. It's so good.
I like that I got Bowman with that one.
Yeah,
too.
you did.
Bowman
Bowman's
lost.
a hard laugher. Bowman, he's a
Bowman-
great laugher, but he's hard to really get. He's
Yeah.
a good laugher all the way through, but he's hard
It
to get
feels
that
like an
bow
accomplishment when you get it.
100%.
Yeah. And he's such a good behind the camera guy too,
He's
because
such a good guy.
he'll make faces at us and he'll like bring the energy up without even asking
Or
us
like if
to.
something is said sassy, he'll be like, oh!
I love him.
I love him.
This is an interesting question.
No joke.
It,
No breaks.
It
What?
applies to you, Joe.
Okay,
so
I'll
we
be
can-
back. Oh wait.
Somebody said how many takes for that Joe Steve opening bit kiss? That's Phase 1 file says that.
Oh man,
That's
it
an
doesn't
interesting
even, it doesn't
story.
even phase us anymore.
It doesn't fit
No.
him at all.
If you want to know the honest answer to that, Joe will either tell you or not tell you.
No, I'll tell you straight up. That sketch is the end of that sketch is half of probably what it should be.
Yeah.
That
Are you gonna
is
tell them what
that
it
is an
is?
example of us thinking about a joke far too much, not going with the initial idea and just letting it just ruminate too long.
It was gonna be.
It should have. We were gonna end it with just a passionate Family Guy long dude on dude makeout.
Yeah.
Not funny, but just us going to town
Just tender.
like Ghost style. Dirty dancing just for
Yeah.
like 30 seconds and then doing it. But then we started talking about philosophy and blah 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 blah. And
I'll bring
we
philosophy
we
next.
went weird as opposed to where the original idea was. I still like that sketch. I feel like we handicapped ourselves a little bit.
You're saying that you want to do more dude on dude kissing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like you come up with an idea and you go 80% of the way, but also there's just there's just more to worry about. Like it's like we have to self-produce a little bit, and so there's a little bit of just like, oh, if we do that, is that too much?
Yeah, we thought too much instead
And
of
we didn't
playing.
want to go. We would have rather gone. And I
That
have no
being
problem.
said, my son runs around our apartment right now just screaming, and he
Well,
does
we
it.
had people at
So-
VidCon coming up
Yeah.
to us and going like, "My girlfriend hates you guys because you created that stupid song."
It's so.
Oh, the Dibby Dibby, the
Yeah.
Dibby
Yeah.
Dibby. Never mind. Someone asked what we learned from making the pilot. Personally, what I learned from making this pilot was, holy shit, it's hard to make a show
Yes.
this big with just
Yeah.
4 of us. It's
It's
not
a
like
lot.
like things that I've produced on my own personal channel are very much like holding a camera vlog style or like a tripod in front of my face type thing. But this is very much like we built sets, Lee put all this shit together.
Yep.
You know, we're editing, we're doing the sound, we're doing the lighting, we're doing all this stuff all on our own. So what I learned from the pilot is that like holy shit, this is going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
Well, team building is important,
Yeah.
and I think we went through this like sinusoidal curve of like
What?
What?
You speaking
Cosine?
in tongues?
whatever.
Someone's older?
I wasn't saying you were wrong. I'm saying you're too right for me to understand.
So we're going
Summer
up and down
Soldier?
on this roller coaster of
Secret
emotions
Taylor.
of like, can we do this or can we not? And I think we're all at the point now where like we were like, oh my god, this is so ambitious. Are we going to be able to
Yeah.
do this? But then after finishing, you're like, yeah, we can, because now we know where the pain points are, and if we
Yeah.
have somebody here in here, this is a weekly show, and we can make it happen. We just
Well,
need to get those people.
It's also such a we have to go from like baseline. It's not like we just like we're like, oh, we're gonna put it on this wall. It's like we had to get an office. We
Mhm.
had to like
Yeah.
it's like, you know, like if you think of the semantics of all of it and you're like, oh no, it was a lot more complicated than just like, oh, we had to shoot this, like get an office, paint the wall, do this. It's like getting the office
Yeah.
took so long because we're kids.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
There's
now I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back.
have fun, dude.
Someone wants to know, is each episode going to be that long, or will segments be broken down more individually? I think
Both,
it's
yeah.
both.
Both, yeah.
And sometimes it'll be longer. I mean,
Yeah, I think we actually had a 30-minute cut of this episode in the beginning.
which doesn't mean it was good.
No,
That's too big,
no,
too big, too
you
fast.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, it does not mean it was good. But
You guys
there's-
don't want to see what we got.
There's certainly like there's one segment that I will spoil a little bit. Like Elliot's been pitching this one. Can I say?
You just pitch whatever you want.
Elliot's been saying that he wants to go skydiving with Joe for
Oh,
a
yeah.
very long time. That's not going to be a 5-minute segment. Like I'm going to see that skydiving segment to its fruition,
It's gonna be real
to
fun.
its journey. So if that means that it's a 30-minute episode of your show, then it's a 30-minute episode of your show because 15 minutes of
Yeah.
it is Joe and Elliot skydiving.
Absolutely.
I'd like to
And
answer.
Steve and I not.
Not. Yeah. I'd like to answer French Fry's question over here. It says, I prefer uncensored, but understand if you guys want to bleep. Can you talk about that? Yeah, I mean, cursing is unfortunately polarizing.
Yeah.
It just is.
It just is.
and we want to be the Valleyfolk first and foremost is our tagline is the world could use some friends right now. We want to be very accessible to as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And we don't want to just be like, SourceFed got really weird at times, and a lot of my stuff is very, very weird and polarizing, and I know a lot of people like that, but at the end of the day, we just want to reach a large audience. We want to get a lot of people involved in this, and we want people to enjoy the content. And unfortunately, cursing is a little bit of a roadblock for that.
I also think it can work comedically better when
I think
there's
so too
bleeps.
sometimes.
I don't
Bleeping
know.
things that aren't even curses is sometimes funny.
Yeah, I agree. But bleeping is such a weird thing. A lot of people are offended by the bleep, and a lot of people are offended by what's
So
I
under
know,
the bleep.
it is funny, because there are people that are just like, don't censor it, and then there's also people that are like, excuse me, is that shit?
Well,
Don't say shit.
and we live in a time where, Facebook, your mom and your uncle and your
Oh,
cousins are all on
yeah.
fucking Facebook too, and we'd love for you guys to be able to share our stuff and not be worried about what could be on there and what
Yeah.
your mom could see and such.
And
And
there's
so,
a straight up like monetary reason that you guys talked about, right?
well,
It's like-
no, we haven't even gotten to
Yeah,
that. I mean,
no,
we're talking
yeah.
about reaching a larger audience, which in
Yeah.
turn is a monetization aspect, but
Oh, and also like sponsors, yeah. Like
Yeah.
if we get demonetized, if across the board, if we bleep everything, then it makes it a lot easier when dealing with if brand deals ever come back into the into the YouTube zeitgeist again. It makes it a lot easier to go like, hey, this is kind of the age level that we're at.
And
in terms
YouTube
of
will
who can
straight
watch
up
this.
demonetize.
No, they
that's
will
what
demonetize
El
it, yeah.
Jefe is saying.
Yeah.
YouTube might hit you. Don't bleep if you don't bleep curse words. And that's the thing. Like YouTube's so finicky now with their
It is so
algorithms, and
finicky now.
the last thing if we get demonetized on one of these videos, that's a massive hit. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
Well-
demonetization hits you in a bunch of ways. To just get into like the back end of it all, yes, we lose money, but then we're out of searches.
The
We don't
algorithm,
get
yeah.
recommended.
I don't
Like,
think it hits notifications.
Yeah,
It
it just
doesn't.
it
Yeah.
buries you. And
Um,
we're that's an uphill
Well,
battle
someone
already.
else mentioned uncensored on Patreon. I'm not opposed to doing. So for example,
That's not bad.
the sketch where Lee and I were trailer music writers.
Yeah.
That's something where we'd probably put it up with bleeps on YouTube, but I'm not opposed to putting up a version that's not bleeped
Not
for
bleeped, yeah.
Patreon. I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's no skin off our backs other than just another long export. But
might
it's an
be-
interesting idea.
Yeah, we'll figure. I mean, because if a lot of videos, the videos will go into even if they're unlisted and it's like a Patreon exclusive video, we'd probably have to come up with like a different channel or something because those videos will still get demonetized. And I think in those videos, even if they're unlisted getting demonetized, it'll still negatively affect us in the algorithm. But all that to say, I like the idea, and we can figure out a way to do that if that's something that
Well,
y'all are into. Because
and-
I have no problem.
And if French Fry was saying just worried about Santa Steve staying true to its inappropriate self,
He'll be good.
yeah, I mean, if we do a Santa Steve for sure, it'll be fine. Like I think if you rewatch a lot of those Santa Steve stuff, I mean, it's not even that. I mean, it's inappropriate for sure, but I don't know about I don't think the cursing is really
Well,
that.
Jane Disney Hill actually brought up a really good thing. She goes, "You guys already doing uncensored bits on the dreams, though." I think she meant streams. But that's true. If you ever want an uncensored version of us, watch our Twitch streams.
Oh,
It's insane.
It is insane.
It's a fucking.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
that
yeah.
level of we don't
That's
give
that
a
level of
crap,
like
apathy,
insanity.
party
Remember, you
play.
wanted an
Yeah.
uncensored
Well,
that. That's your bit.
And
right
also
there.
proof that we're not like just golden like superstars because you
That's
watch a
garbage.
stream for an hour and it's like maybe 15 minutes of it is entertaining and funny and the rest
But
is just
But those
us
15
having-
minutes are often.
The rest is Becca DeGoo
Weird.
just kicking our
Yeah.
asses.
and
Yeah.
us just singing Becca DeGoo over and over again.
Somebody's up top said like that they loved right out of the gate that a minute into the episode there were like dudes kissing each other, and I do think that like as much as the uncensored stuff or the bleeps, we can talk about that and figure out what's best for everybody. But like I do think that one thing I like about the pilot is we kind of approached it from a philosophical level of like what is something that is like true to us, and some dumb joke where you guys are like rubbing your bodies against each other, going into Us on a Couch, going into the news segment. Like the news segment, going back to like just the overall structure of the pilot, there's something about the idea of the news segment being like, especially with the society we currently live in, and then taking certain tidbits from other people like Colbert, who has the whole philosophy, or had a whole philosophy of like the joke always serves the news story and not vice versa, and that was something that directionally SourceFed kind of wavered on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the joke would sometimes serve the news, but then
Yeah.
as it went on, it became like, no, the news comes first. The intricacies of the story come first. And that's great and it's wonderful, and we certainly will always try to be accurate, but from just like a style guide perspective, I like the idea of it being this sort of like, you know, alt-righty, character-y, Trump supporting thing, with Lee being sort of like this, you know, more straight, more logical, more like get away from me person. And I think that there's truth to that on like a societal level. I think is really cool. So there's room to. I think we're setting ourselves up for there to be so much room to play.
Yeah.
In each area of this. Like if it's the Out Yonder segment and it does end up being, you know, me and Joe going skydiving and Lee and Steve not going skydiving. That, you know, we're setting I think we're doing it in a way that makes sense. And do you ever find yourself rambling and you're so not used
so
to?
Trisha Bartle says
I'm so
one
not
of the
used to being
things
able to speak.
I worried about
I
with
panic.
your show is that you get so concerned with pleasing us that you wouldn't do what makes you happy. Is that something you worry about too? So your show is at its essence. We're helping build it based off of what you guys like, and a lot of it is why we did that. We brought the best parts of SourceFed, the news, and the couch bits, which we knew everybody loved, and we brought them together. But quite honestly, we've all behind closed doors said this is also our show, and we're serious about that. So that third segment, like a lot of that stuff is going to be farmed from you, but it's going to be a lot of stuff that we want to do too. So.
Yeah, and also you guys, we've said over and over and over again, you guys are hilarious.
Yeah.
You guys, you consistently, genuinely make us laugh, and you entertain us, and we're not going to choose things that we're not going to find entertaining to talk about on the show. And we're all entertainers here. You guys present a lot of great questions, a lot of great points that lead us on tangents and make us, and you know, each and every one of us can see a comment when we search through them and know something funny could come from that.
Yeah.
And you guys are just so good at presenting those pieces of content. So we're not worried at all about being too pleasing to you guys, because I think we've all kind of like for lack of a better definition, all of our periods have synced up. We're all kind of like on the same weird comedy level, and I think we're all kind of like, it's a serendipitous kind of like ecosystem in that way.
There's a little bit of like the improv team thing where it's like, okay, give us a suggestion, name a vocation or something, and then that our version of that is going, give us a question, give us something that we can play with, but then it's still up to us to kind of inject our stuff into it. And again, I have to relearn how to end sentences, guys. I'm sorry.
Ooh, this is a good one. Zenoa says I was concerned if the show catered too much to existing fans and not necessarily bringing in new fans. Something we're definitely conscious of, for sure. We definitely try to not get too inside baseball, and I think a lot of bits end up on the cutting room floor because of that. Like, you'll probably rarely hear any coffee machine bits or anything like that, because we just think that although it's really fun for you guys to know what we're talking about and it's really cool, we still do have to be conscious of like not kind of blocking out people that are like, oh, I feel like I'm jumping into this thing that's just a bunch of inside jokes and I don't feel a part of it anymore.
It also seems hacky. It feels hacky at times if we're like bringing back old characters that we maybe did at SourceFed around 2016 when I was going through my divorce.
So Gina Hughes said,
We're gonna bring back married Elliot.
Yeah, Elliot's gonna get married real fast, and then you guys are gonna get that one back.
No, the Elliot C. I'm just joking that like I brought Elliot C. Morgan back, but like there's a difference between like an old character returning as like a wink and then being like, we're gonna say the same jokes over and over again.
Exactly.
The hope is
Like,
to create a
if-
bunch of new stuff.
Right, I mean, if a Santa Steve comes back, it's not going to be a rehash of Santa Steve jokes. It's going to be new jokes, obviously.
Even Elliot C. Morgan, like the character, I tried making more like the Jordan Peterson-y, like kind of more, like less just bad, even though he was bad. But then in the pilot, we showed the blooper at the end where it's like establishing at the end that it's like a fake character. The idea it's not a good guy. Like we're trying to do things that like clue new viewers in potentially, and that's a question that I think we all have for you guys is what are your thoughts, like where should this live? Like do you think like what are your thoughts? Should the pilot episode live on Patreon and be like a thing that's like, hey, if you want to see this, I don't mind that idea. I think it's kind of a romantic idea in a weird way, but like what are your thoughts? Or should we just, do you guys want to go, here's something we might do. Tomorrow we might upload just a elongated bloopers thing on the YouTube channel, just to kind of see like, you know, get some reaction, but from the public, you know, those other people. But I'm curious what y'all's...
Well, and French Fry is also saying, I wish we could settle on one platform to communicate with you guys. Really, I mean, Patreon is the best place to get like your important, like production based, and I don't know. I mean, it's the place where we're gonna see your comments.
Yeah.
Also, commenting on our videos with suggestions is a good place to put things, because we all fucking obsessively live in the comments of all of our fucking videos. So, and then thirdly, I would say tweeting at us directly is another way to get directly to us.
Twitter. Yeah.
But really, I just think it's three simple things. It's either Patreon, a YouTube comment, or a Twitter comment.
What do you guys think? I don't know anything
I love
about
owls too. If you have an owl,
If you can send a messenger pigeon.
A messenger pigeon.
I don't want an owl giving me a letter. I like owls.
Also, two things
Send
went
a
by.
messy pigeon.
Two things went by I wanted to comment on. Someone said really quick if we were going to have a dedicated schedule or if we're just going to post when we post. Yes, we're going to have a schedule. In our production meetings about your show, the idea was that your show would be a Friday show every week. And again, these are all things that we kind of were like, these are our dreams, we're just throwing out these ideas. But in the reality of all of these situations, creating this pilot of your show was a pretty big undertaking. It's something we all had to kind of like put a lot of effort into, and so now we're just going to have to kind of like look into how to make this show every week. Is it even possible to make this show every week? And it's something that we kind of just really need to have a big important conversation about, which is why we're really doing this too with you guys, because we want to know what you thought about the show, what it could lose, what it needs more of, and things like that. That way we can really assess what we can do with the show and see if it's even possible to make it a weekly show.
Yeah.
And in full disclosure, somebody said, "Are you guys eating okay?" Martin Cox says, "Are you eating okay? Is the Patreon money keeping you alive?" It is keeping us alive. We're not drowning in funds. In case that's a concern.
Yeah, there's no frivolous spending going on.
We did buy ant traps yesterday. We're pretty excited about that.
Oh, we did buy ant traps yesterday.
But no, I mean
they were buy one get one free at CPS though. So.
And I'm glad you searched around for that.
You got used ant traps.
We have a very kind audience. A lot of them are suggesting that we put the pilot
that is
out
one
to the
little
public.
smooch.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. So, yeah, the thing with the Patreon is that it is a very rough and bumpy platform, and it does give us some level of anxiety, and that does drive decisions and sort of like creating content specifically for the Patreon, because that number does need to grow right now, especially as Rome is falling in the digital entertainment world. So, anyway.
Gina Hughes said way earlier, if you have a P.O. box, will there be sections for fan art? A lot of those things will be traded out. Fan art's going all over our office, so send it. I just wanted to say that because I was going to say it 900 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, there's a P.O. box for Dynamic Banter, which is where you guys can send stuff now.
Yes.
And if you want that P.O. box address, it's just on the Dynamic Banter Instagram page.
You just say care of the Valleyfolk.
Yeah, and you just do care of the Valleyfolk. That way Mike and I aren't opening Valleyfolk mail on Dynamic Banter. But that's just for now. We're going to set up a P.O. box for the Valleyfolk soon. It's kind of low on the priority list, unfortunately, because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But if you really do want to send us art or some kind of gift or something, again, you don't have to. It is appreciated, and we love you guys very much. Again, the P.O. box is on the Dynamic Banter Instagram bio.
Mitchell Biller says, what about a segment of you guys spending all of your money irresponsibly? I would contend some people think we already are.
Joke's on you. We have to battle that every day.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Joe has a family.
Yeah,
and,
Joe's got 2 kids.
For now. We'll see.
You know, it's a funny bit to be like, Joe has kids and mouths to feed, but it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's kind of on them now, too. They don't know how I feel constantly.
Hayden has to get a job, and she's 7.
She's 17.
That's just to afford her being a VIP patron.
She's 10. Okay. What is she, 6?
She can get a job.
10.
She's 10.
I had a job when I was 10, cleaning out my dad's gray hairs.
Oh, wow.
He gave me $1 for each gray hair.
I actually believe that.
And I got him out of his balls, too.
Okay, I don't believe that.
We love each other. It's family. He made me.
Miranda coming back in.
Don't bring it back, Elliot. Don't bring it back.
Thank you, Miranda, for
Definitely
what you said.
Don't bring it back.
Don't do it.
Thanks for what you said, Miranda.
Okay.
I agree.
So, guys, I think it's time to wrap this up. We've been doing this for well over an hour, I believe. We have so much shit to do today. We have a podcast to record.
Yeah.
We have a special guest on the podcast, which is going to be really cool.
We have to obsessively obsess over all of the comments that are on the Patreon. That's
yes, we are going. Yes, exactly. So if you guys want us to see things that you think we missed in this stream to answer, definitely comment. on the comments of the fucking pilot video.
You
Sorry,
got it. You got
my
it.
brain hurts. I need food in my body. So so a lot of stuff to do, guys. We got a lot of work today. So thank you for joining us. Anybody want to ask like one last question or something, or you guys want to just wrap it up? Or
How about this? Let's do a call to action. Please share out in the world that this is happening on the Patreon right now.
That's the best way.
Say that it's great, even if you don't think so. Try to help drive us some people here to help build this thing, and say it's worth it. I think we did something that nobody else has done like this yet on YouTube, and I'm really proud of it. I was going to say earlier, we didn't get into it, but yeah, we stressed constantly over this to the point where we weren't like maybe happy with it. And I texted the group last night, and I'm officially like very happy with what we created, and I see where it's going to go, and it'll only help us get there faster if more people jump on and more people help support what we're doing. And yeah, man, I'm literally psyched, and I'm very proud of my team.
I agree totally.
And to Joe's point too, like I am not above retweeting well-tweeted, well-worded tweets that just say like the guys are back or whatever. You know, things like saw the pilot for your show, really loved it. I'm not trying to say what you should say.
Saw the pilot for your show. Wow, really loved it. This is the most incredible thing in the entire universe. Holy hell!
Steve is
you guys are doing it.
Make it holy heck so your tweet doesn't get
holy heck.
Anyway, but that's the thing. Like at this point, our call to you guys, even though you're helping us so much with the Patreon, our call to you guys is, once you can thank you, look like my dick, didn't it?
Yeah, it's too much, man.
At one point, guys, all we ask of you is to, when you can share this stuff, just please do, just like Joe said, on Facebook, whatever. It's so easy to do. We're not asking for much in that point, and that's all we can ask for, because then we get a bigger audience and bigger stuff and better stuff for you guys, and you're our day ones, and we love you, and it's special.
Everyone's saying that they're proud of us. Thank you very much, guys. It's very nice.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Holy heck.
With all that, I want to leave you with Elliot and I's new favorite part of the pilot, which we discovered yesterday while watching it down one more time. Steve does this amazing gesticulation while he's explaining something, where he puts his hand out like this. And does
Alana called it out
It's
last night.
really interesting. Go find it. It's my favorite part of the pilot.
Yeah, I think in the pilot,
Yeah, because that was an inside joke, and then he draws
really
a circle,
weird.
and then he points to the inner part of the circle to signify that it's an inside joke.
Check it out.
Which is indicative of how your brain works, which is to say,
wow.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, Steve, you know what we're talking
Elliot,
about?
thank you so much. And I would love for everyone to continue thinking that's what that is. It's really just a mental problem.
It's so interesting. I love it.
Yeah, I'm just really expressive with my hands. I don't know. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm sorry. It's just weird.
all right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for your support, and love you, and thank you guys, and I love you all.
Thank you guys so
much. Thank you to
much.
Alana.
We're going to get some food and yell at each other.
Oh, thank you, Eric. You're just giving me crap, Eric. Eric, please.
Eric, we love you.
Don't feel bad, Eric.
Yeah, Eric, we love you.
Eric, we love you.
You became part of the bit.
But never, ever, ever fucking do that again. Do you want to?
Eric, I love you.